Today, we are going to get into one of the biggest questions a person can ask themselves, and we're going to do it by learning how to listen. How to decode those super early, really subtle signals your body might be sending when a new life is on the way.
You know the feeling, right? That question can just live in your head rent-free. It's this mix of hope and maybe a little bit of anxiety and a whole lot of what-ifs. You start paying attention to every tiny little twinge, every little change. So let's just get right into it. Let's talk about the clues your body could be sending you way before a test can give you that final clear answer.
All right, so let's start at the very beginning. And I mean way before you'd even think to look. This whole journey doesn't actually kick off with a missed period. Nope, it starts much earlier, with these tiny, microscopic events that are, honestly, pretty miraculous when you think about it.
So everything, and I mean everything, hinges on this one critical moment: implantation. Picture this. A fertilized egg has made this incredible journey, and now it's time to nestle in, to attach to the uterine lining. This one little event? It's like the starting pistol at a race. It sets off this amazing chain reaction of changes that are going to ripple through your entire body.
And what's so cool is how perfectly it's all laid out. It's like a secret chain of events unfolding. So, first, conception happens. Then, that fertilized egg makes its big journey to the uterus. And when it finally implants successfully, that's the trigger. That's the signal that tells your body, okay team, we are a go. And boom, the hormone factory officially opens for business.
So let's talk about the real MVPs here, the drivers behind pretty much all these early signs, your hormones. You want to think of them as these secret messengers, specifically hormones like HCG and progesterone. They basically get the news and start multiplying like crazy to get your body ready for the massive job ahead.
And this analogy is just perfect, isn't it? They aren't just some random chemicals floating around. They are the project managers. They're the ones telling your digestive system, hey, slow down a bit. They're telling your breasts, all right, start prepping for the future. They are managing this entire incredible project right from day one.
Okay, so with these hormonal project managers working overtime, the clues start to pop up. So let's put on our detective hats, shall we? We're going to start with the area where a lot of these first whispers are felt, your stomach.
This one. This is probably the most confusing signal of all time. We've all been there, asking, is this my period, or could it be something else? Well, implantation cramping often feels different. It's usually way milder, more like a light pulling, or maybe even a weird little tingling feeling, and it's almost always really low in the abdomen. It's not usually that persistent dull ache that period cramps can be. These are often quick, they come and go, and they're much more focused.
Now, besides actual cramping, a lot of women talk about this really unique feeling. People have described it as feeling like butterflies, or like a gentle little stretching, or even light pulls deep down in their belly. It's not painful at all, it's just there. It's one of those super subtle signs that things are starting to change down there.
And hey, if your favorite pair of jeans suddenly feels a little hostile, you can probably thank our good friend progesterone. This hormone is a hard worker, and one of its main jobs is to slow down your entire digestive system. It does this to make sure your body has extra time to soak up every last nutrient from your food. But the side effect? Well, things can get a little backed up, leading to that classic bloating, some extra gas, and just a general, I feel so full kind of feeling.
Okay, so we've talked about the tummy troubles, and those are definitely some of the first things people notice. But remember those hormonal messengers we mentioned? Yeah, well, they're not just talking to your stomach. They're sending out memos to every single corner of your body. So let's look beyond the abdomen, because this is where things get really interesting.
The story absolutely does not end with cramps and bloating. Not even close. Your body is basically getting a full, system-wide software update, and the evidence can show up in some pretty surprising places.
It really is a whole symphony of signals. Your breasts might feel extra tender or sore or maybe just heavier than usual. All of a sudden, you might have the nose of a superhero, like you can smell your neighbor's dinner from across the street. Food might taste weird. Some people get a strange metallic taste in their mouth. And the fatigue is on another level. It's this bone-deep exhaustion you've never felt before. Add in more trips to the bathroom, feeling a little bit warmer all the time. It's all part of the package, and it just means your body is working incredibly hard behind the scenes.
So, you've been gathering all these clues. You've been listening really carefully to all the whispers. But how do you go from all this suspicion and guesswork to a real, definite answer? All right, when it comes to testing, timing is absolutely everything. Now, a blood test at the doctor's office can pick up pregnancy hormones super early, but for a home test, patience is your best friend. See, the pregnancy hormone HCG literally doubles about every 48 hours. So if you can hold out until at least the day your period is supposed to start, or even a few days after, you're going to get a much more reliable result.
And in the end, it all comes down to this. After all the symptom spotting, the analyzing, the waiting, the wondering, Two Little Pink Lines can take every single one of those subtle hints and quiet whispers and turn them into one loud, clear, life-changing message.
Getting that confirmation, seeing that test, it is a huge, monumental moment. But it's also just the beginning. It's page 1 of a brand new chapter. So the single most important next step is to seek out guidance. Confirm the news with a healthcare professional, because that's what ensures you have a healthy, supported start to the absolutely incredible journey that's waiting for you.